Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, October 23rd, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. President Trump labels the impeachment thing a modern-day lynching. Facebook under investigation for violating antitrust regulations. NASA scientists say the hole in the Earth's ozone layer getting smaller. America's witches plan to cast a spell on President Trump this Halloween. Also ahead, the message of the day on phony polling. But first, President Trump labeling the Democrats' impeachment plan a modern-day lynching, sparking condemnation. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, among others, says that Mr. Trump should avoid the term because of, quote, the history of our country. But Senator Lindsey Graham backs the president, calling the ongoing impeachment investigation a, quote, un-American sham. Facebook now under investigation in 47 states. New York Attorney General Letitia James confirming the probe, saying prosecutors must determine whether the social media giant violated anti-competitive rules. The FTC recently fined Facebook $5 billion over its privacy policies. Turkey and Russia announcing a new military agreement along the Syrian border, unveiling plans to launch joint patrols against the Kurdish fighters in the region. Putin is trying to impose Russian power throughout the Middle East, and that's the importance of this story. NASA researchers confirming the hole found in the Earth's ozone layer is now the smallest since its discovery back in 1982. Scientists hailing the development as, quote, great news for the Southern Hemisphere. A global outcry began decades ago after experts blamed the use of specific chemicals for damaging the ozone, a natural shield that protects us from deadly solar radiation. Thousands of witches across the USA are planning to cast a binding spell against Donald Trump this Halloween season. Apparently, the witches will use a powerful incantation to prevent the president from doing, quote, harm to the United States. The spell requires an unflattering picture of Mr. Trump, an orange candle, and a feather. No truth to the rumor that Nancy Pelosi is involved. She is not. That is a jest, simply a jest. Coming next, phony polling, moments away. Millions of Americans have been diagnosed with cancer or a serious illness. If you are one of them and money is a problem, you're not alone. It's simple. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage for free to see if you qualify for cash now when you need it the most. Be ready to take down this number. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, and you are living with a serious illness, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage free to see if you qualify for cash now. So write this number down, 1-888-GUIDE-50. Totally free to call. Get rid of those insurance premiums. Stop paying them. Consider turning that life policy into cash. The number again, 1-888-GUIDE-50. 1-888-484-3350. 1-888-GUIDE-50. Call now. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. A new poll says Joe Biden is way out in front in the Democratic nomination process for president. But just a few days ago, Elizabeth Warren was surging in another poll. Now, all the polls except for Rasmussen predicted Hillary Clinton would defeat Donald Trump in 2016. Remember that? So what the deuce is going on? Well, a new poll from the Hill organization shows 52% of voters are doubtful about surveys they see in the media. So there's a poll knocking a poll. 29% of us say we don't believe most polls. 19% say we almost never trust polls as accurate. That's 48% of the American population doubting polling. Recent polling disasters include the 2016 presidential election, as mentioned, and the 2016 Brexit vote. Some polls were off 20% on that. Political polling is more difficult than other surveys like favorite foods, movie reviews, because they not only sample public sentiment, but they also have to predict whether the people they ask will actually vote. Here's the problem with political polling. Changes in technology. 70% of the polls now call cellular phones as opposed to landlines, but people on mobile phones routinely ignore or block unknown numbers. Some pollsters are now experimenting with texting and online voting. Increased frequency confuses the public. Daily presidential polls can be widely impacted by a news cycle, creating conflict, that kind of thing. For example, Biden dominates rivals, followed by Warren's rise just days later, as I mentioned. Unreliable voter turnout. No one knows exactly who will show up on Election Day. In Iowa, voter turnout doubled from 2004 to 2008 in the caucus due to Barack Obama, then dropped 25% in 2016 due to Hillary Clinton. Wording in a poll means everything. Vastly different responses come when asked if one considers themselves an undecided voter or still trying to decide. Honest responses. Leading pollsters say Donald Trump's actual support was largely undersampled in 2016 because some people felt uncomfortable saying they backed the candidate. But the biggest poll con is stacking the deck. Some polls ask far more Democrats and liberal-leaning independents questions than they do Republicans or conservatives. That's simply unfair. But the polls don't tell the folks. They hide the data. So when you're reading a poll, you've got to be skeptical. If 4 or 5 polls say the same thing over a short period of time, then you can take a look. But remember, Donald Trump was supposed to lose big to Hillary Clinton. And that was the most important poll that America has had in the past 4 years. They blew it. So be very, very skeptical when looking at the media pounding the desk over a certain poll. And that is the message of the day. Please check out my latest book, The United States of Trump, big bestseller. We thank you all. Up next, something you might not know. Bill O'Reilly here with an important message. If you're a listener to this program, you may know how much I love dogs. Today, let's talk about something I care about very much. There are thousands of abandoned animals in the USA, and these animals need your help. This is why I have partnered up with Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary in the world. Delta Animal Sanctuary is a one-of-a-kind rescue operation because they care for the animals for life. They're staffed by specially trained attendants who look after the animals, providing them with water, treats, toys, and affection. For more information on Delta's tax-saving estate planning vehicles, please go to the website deltarescue.org/bill. It lays out all you need to know about growing your estate through tax savings, which can help you build the size of your estate while letting your compassion for animals live well on into the future. Donate online today at deltarescue.org/bill. That's deltarescue.org/bill. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The United States is blessed with one of the most diverse landscapes of any nation in the world. Mountains, deserts, oceans. The USA actually contains 26 different climate types within our borders, more than 20 in the lower 48 states. And that includes some pretty cold and snowy places. The coldest region in the continental USA can be found in North Dakota. Grand Forks and Fargo both boast an average winter temperature of, ready, 0 degrees. The lowest temp on record for those cities is -43, cold enough to kill a human being in 5 minutes. The coldest big city area in America, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, the Twin Cities, have a record low temperature of 41 degrees, below zero, with sub-zero conditions occurring on more than 150 days per year. Minneapolis boasts an 11-mile skyway system of enclosed footbridges connecting 80 city blocks to protect 400,000 residents during the frigid winter months. Head west if you're looking for the snowiest place in the lower 48, Mount Rainier, Washington. The 14,000-foot volcano sees an average snowfall of 650 inches. That's 54 feet of white stuff. The nearby town of Paradise, Washington, bills itself as the snowiest place on the planet, 95 feet, back in 1971. Other snowy locations in the USA include Mount Washington, New Hampshire, 282 inches there. Herman, Michigan, 214 inches. Syracuse, New York, dubbed the snowiest city in the USA, more than 10 feet of snow per year. The worst place in the USA for hazardous winter weather can be found in Wyoming. The state routinely ranks highest in the country for dangerous road conditions, and that's scary, since Wyoming has a population density of just 6 people per square mile. Fortunately, we have many options to choose from to avoid winter weather. If you hate the cold, consider Everglades City, Melbourne, or Key West, Florida. Those places haven't recorded a single snowflake in the last 200 years. We'll be right back. It's an uncertain world out there, you know that. Disaster can strike at any time. So you need to be prepared to protect yourself and your family. One way to do that is with freeze-dried food. It tastes good, it's healthy, can be stored for 25 years. That's why I'm happy to tell you about a company I recommend, Wise Foods. I have experience with them myself. During Superstorm Sandy, I lost power for 7 days, all of my refrigerated food done. But my food supply from Wise Foods was as fresh as the day I received it. Visit Wise Food Storage, one word, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, and explore their starter kits and long-term emergency food options. They are even offering free shipping plus a big discount of 25% off for my listeners. So please go to wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, or you can call 855-269-0501. That's 855-269-0501. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.